Hey, it's Evie, welcome to my channel. Today's video is, what if you crash and burn? I've had a few emails about this. So you're sort of going along okay, waiting for that specific person to come back to you, your ex to come back to you, and you have a terrible few days. You feel absolutely horrendous, you feel resistant, you feel knotted up, you feel crap, you feel like this is never going to happen, you're upset, you're anxious, all of those things. Is that going to really set your manifestation back? Have you blown it? No, you really haven't. The thing is with this stuff, manifestation, it's not cumulative. So what happens this second, just this very second now, I can feel one way and I can hold back a manifestation, okay? And then I can make myself a cup of coffee, go and sit down, read a book, forget about, let that go, let that attachment go, and I can manifest 5 minutes later. So you see, you can feel rubbish for a whole week, and that's not going to have a cumulative effect that then, oh, now I've got to go so many more weeks before this comes to me. It doesn't make a jot of difference. So what I say to you is this: allow yourself a crappy day, allow yourself a crappy few days, a crappy week. It doesn't matter. You need that. You need that time to get over this and to get yourself back on track. You just need that. Obviously you do, and that's why you're feeling it, but it won't make a difference. You've got hopefully all the time in the world. You've got a long time for this to happen. There's no rush, because if you rush it now where you're feeling rubbish, it's not going to work out, and you want different. You do, don't you? Otherwise you wouldn't be here. If you want more of the same, you can get that pretty easily, but why would you want more of the same? Because you split up for a reason, so you want something different this time, but you can feel rubbish. You can feel doubt, you can feel fear, terror even, anxiety over it, all of that stuff, and none of it will hold back your manifestation. It will hold it back that moment that you're feeling that, and the next day if you're feeling it, and the next day you're feeling it. But if you feel a lot better the week after and think, oh wow, I can't believe I felt like that last week, then you've released a lot of that. You could manifest then. The more you can release, the easier it is to manifest. And actually, I don't know if you need to be completely, I've manifested stuff when I felt, okay, yeah, I'd let it go, but I wasn't 100% let go, and I have manifested stuff. So that's my personal experience. I can't tell you that's what it is, but that's what my personal experience has been. I think you have to be 90% let go in order to manifest. 100% is better, because 100% means that thing will sustain when it comes back to you. That person, that relationship will be sustainable because you've let go. And what you need to do is let go of how the relationship was before, because that doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter. And I've never been one to bear a grudge. I really haven't. I don't believe in bearing a grudge, because all it does is hurt you. It doesn't hurt the other person, really. It hurts you way more than it hurts them. And what good does it do you? It doesn't help you in the future. Whatever has happened, it's gone. It's done. Nothing you can do about it. It's gone, done now. Let it go and create that new relationship with that person and with yourself as well, because if you have negative feelings about yourself and you're sort of down on yourself and you don't like yourself all that much, you need to get that better before you can manifest any kind of sustainable relationship or great relationship. You need to. The term love yourself, I used to hate that term years ago. I think, oh my God, I couldn't say that. Oh, how arrogant is that? It's ridiculous. It's not arrogant. You start by loving yourself. When you can appreciate yourself, respect yourself, feel happy in your own skin, you can have anything. Because you aren't so resistant then, that's the thing. You're kind of happy how you are, and that's how I feel majority of the time now. I've got myself to a point where I feel happy the majority of the time. I have a crappy day. Sometimes I have 2 crappy days, I don't normally have more than that, to be honest, because I naturally seem to come out of that now, but I don't beat myself up about it. I don't care. I just go with it, actually. I'll watch a Murder, She Wrote, or, an old rerun, or a Diagnosis Murder or something. I love all those old programs, Columbo, to make me feel better if I feel rubbish, because I find it comforting. I'll do something to help myself. So I won't really wallow in it as such and just let it go on and on and on, but I will do things that will help me come out of it naturally. I don't try and force myself out of it. So a miserable day won't affect your manifestation. Just allow yourself, say I'm going to allow myself 2 days here just to wallow and feel crap and miserable, and let all these feelings, just don't try and force them out, because when you accept those feelings in, is when they go. You accept them, you say, come on then. Years and years and years ago, just after I had my son, About a year after, I suffered terrible postnatal depression quite sort of later, because it was about a year after. I think it had been building for a while, and I started getting panic attacks, and I'd never had those before, and they were the pits, the absolute pits. I didn't want to go out of the house. I was terrified of God knows what. I didn't even know what I was terrified of. I didn't want people around me. I felt that I was in this little bubble and everything else going on around me wasn't real. It was so bizarre. I felt that Harry wasn't real. I really went through some really crazy stuff, and I went to a therapist, and it was cognitive therapy, so she wasn't delving into my past or anything like that. But she had suffered as well, and she was amazing. When I first met her, I thought, no, this isn't for me, but actually she was perfect. And she had suffered, and she said the best way to let go of all of this stuff and these feelings is just to accept it and say, come on then, you want to be here, come on in. And do you know what? That cured me, absolutely cured me. I didn't know it was at first. I thought, well, that's a load of rubbish. But I thought, I'll try it, because I am one for trying things. If I'm advised to do something, I won't say, oh, that's rubbish, and not try it. I will say, oh, that's rubbish, but I'll try it anyway, and I'll give it a go. And that worked for me, cured me. I literally had about 2 more panic attacks after that, and the last one I was wanting it to come so that I could tell it to come so that it would go, and it was amazing. And I've never had a panic attack since, never. I've suffered anxiety since, but I haven't suffered anxiety the last 2 years at least, and my dad had died in that period of time, and I didn't suffer it then. I've really got to grips with it by accepting, radical acceptance, accepting everything that's going on in my life right now and not stressing about it. But it's taken me some training to do that. So don't worry about a rubbish day. Okay, we all have them. There's so much going on in the world, and some horrible stuff going on in the world, and it's going to take its toll on you. That's why I try not to watch the news anymore, because there's nothing I can do about it, and it's depressing, and I just don't want to look at it. I used to always watch the news, used to love watching the news, and then sort of discuss what was going on in the world with my husband. I don't do that anymore. As soon as he puts the news on, I'll walk out of the room, or I'll put my headphones on or something. I just don't want to get into those discussions anymore, because there is nothing. Well, I say there's nothing I can do. Perhaps there is something I can do collectively. I'm sure there is something that we could do, but I don't think we're that far advanced yet with this stuff. Maybe one day. So allow yourself rubbish times. Don't think it's going to affect your manifestation. It's not going to have a cumulative effect. You'll get there. You'll be fine. It will happen when you start letting go. You start releasing. Until you can start releasing and letting go, you're not ready. So if you physically and mentally cannot let go, don't get anxious about that. Just accept that you can't let go. You're not in the right place to let go yet. When you are, you will start letting go, and then you will feel better, and then this person will come to you when you're feeling better in yourself, and you're happier, and you're doing other things other than trying to get them back into your life with this. This stuff is amazing. I have changed my life completely with it over the last 2 years, and I'm doing it on an ongoing basis. Every time I want something else, I'll do this. But I've practiced it for years. I really have practiced it for about 4 years, really, seriously in the last couple of years. Again, I haven't taken it too seriously. Think of it as magic. Don't get stressed out. Don't worry about a rubbish day. We all have them. You'll still manifest when you are ready. When you are ready, this will happen, but not before you're ready. If you're in a bad way about this, allow yourself to be in that bad way. You need to get through that in order to get to the next chapter, which will be better. That's when you start manifesting, when you start feeling better. As usual, if you want to contact me, pop onto my website. If you want to inquire about coaching, then obviously do that through the coaching page. But at the bottom of the drop down is a general inquiry button. Just click that. General inquiry section, click that and just send me an email. And if you want a bespoke answer, then I will come back to you and give you a personal answer and help you as much as I can. But general coaching goes on between 4 and 6 weeks, so you would need to request information about that separately. Anyway, thank you so much, and I hope you come and join me again soon. And if you haven't subscribed, I would absolutely love for you to do that. If you feel that you get some value from this channel, that would be amazing.